They say history is written by the victors. But what happens when the victors themselves forget their own history? Over the last few days, we've been discussing the ongoing genocide in Myanmar. The military there has been systematically wiping out the Rohingya Muslim minority. What's happening in Myanmar is not just criminal, it's also tragic. It's a grim reminder of our times. In today's world, there's no shortage of genocides. We know about the one in Myanmar, the one in Syria, the one in Palestine, and of course, the one in Rwanda. But there are other conflicts that have been conveniently ignored. Conflicts that started way before 1990, yet somehow we don't know much about them. And this story is one such reminder. It's about a forgotten genocide, one that no one talks about anymore. It happened more than 3 decades ago, but its scars remain. This story is from Nagorno-Karabakh. This mountainous region was a part of Soviet Armenia until 1988. That year, the people of Nagorno-Karabakh declared independence. They wanted to leave the Soviet Union and join Armenia. Moscow did not agree. It tried to crush the independence movement. Soon, ethnic violence erupted. The Soviets committed a massacre. Thousands of Azerbaijanis were killed. Some 500,000 had to flee their homes. Today, the United Nations calls this the first genocide of the 21st century. But here's the problem with calling it that. We haven't really talked about it. For over 3 decades, we have failed to hold the Soviets accountable for what they did in Nagorno-Karabakh. Why is that? Because this genocide does not fit the narrative of the West, you see. Since the end of the Cold War, the US and the EU have focused all their attention on Russia. In the process, some other stories have been conveniently ignored. The West has never investigated the Soviet Union for its role in the Nagorno-Karabakh genocide. It has never called out Moscow for its support to Azerbaijan in the war against Armenia. If anything, Western powers have looked the other way while making billions of dollars of weapons sales to Azerbaijan. Turkey, too, has played an important role in the conflict, yet the West has chosen to ignore all of this. Why are we telling you this now? It's because it's important to remember the forgotten victims. It's important to talk about the genocide in Nagorno-Karabakh, because history is not just about dates and events. History is about people, their lives, their struggles, and their sacrifices. We may have failed to prevent the genocide in Nagorno-Karabakh, but we must ensure that we do not forget the lessons of the past. In recent weeks, as the fighting between Armenia and Azerbaijan intensified, we've heard desperate pleas from both sides. Both Armenia and Azerbaijan want the conflict to end. Both say they want peace, but it's the people who suffer most. Their lives, their security, their very existence is under threat. And we're not just talking about those trapped in the crossfire. We're talking about deliberate attacks on civilians. Civilians have been killed, injured, displaced. More than 1,000 homes have been destroyed. Medical facilities have come under attack. Schools have been burnt down. Reports say at least 134 cultural heritage sites have been damaged. Who will answer for all of this? Who will answer for an entire generation lost to war? That is why we must talk about the forgotten genocide. It's not just so that we can say we did our job, we told the story, but so that we can find a solution. Nagorno-Karabakh may be a frozen conflict on the map, but for the people of this region, it is a very real nightmare. And until we find a lasting solution, this story must remain in our headlines.